This is gonna be the least rebuilding I've ever had to do in a rebuild before, because the NFL let the Kansas City Chiefs get the receiver with the fastest 40-yard dash at the combine ever. Thanks, Bills. But today we are gonna see what this team could look like in the future, now that Patrick Mahomes honestly has a really solid receiving core. And we are gonna see how many Super Bowls we can win with this team, if any at all, because Madden is dumb. And I'm gonna make this intro as short as I can, but I do have an announcement today. But if y'all enjoy today's video, let's see if we can get to, I think 3,000 likes is doable on this video, so be sure to leave a like if you enjoy, and if we hit 3,000 likes, it'll let me know y'all want to see another rebuild with a player who was recently drafted, or an entire draft class, I should say. And I do have a really fun one planned. And be sure to subscribe for more, trying to hit 60K by the end of May. We're on pace to do that, so if you like rebuilds, be sure to subscribe. And if you know anyone that might like the channel, be sure to share it with them if you want to. And let me see if there's a shout out for this one. I'll say shout out to Ty, their link is in the description. And if you want a shout out, just let me know what rebuild you would want to see next. It can be any crazy idea you can come up with, or just a realistic rebuild. Let me know that down in the comments. But last thing, I'm gonna start a new series on my second channel where I rebuild every team in the NFL once. And today I'm starting the first episode. It's gonna be the Packers. So link to the second channel in the description. Go subscribe there. You can be one of the first like 1,700 subscribers. But anyways, long intro over, and let's get into, like I said, what is probably gonna be the least rebuild I'm ever gonna do. Let's get to the midseason point and we will see how this team does. Okay, we are 6-1 at the midseason. I thought there was a chance we could underperform because, you know, Madden, EA, but no, we are doing very well. But let's see, I just went through all the contracts and set all the ones to expire that are supposed to expire this year, so we actually have quite a bit of stuff to do here. We are gonna have to re-sign Creed Humphrey, Nick Bolton, Marquise Brown if we want to, Trey Smith, Justin Reed. This could get hard, because that's a lot of good players. But we'll start with Creed Humphrey. Humphrey will go 3 years, 37 mil. That's really cheap. He takes it though, for some reason. Nick Bolton will go 5 years, 53. Again, very cheap. He takes it. Players are taking hometown discounts here, I guess. Marquise Brown honestly isn't that expensive. It's kind of crazy he's still 26 here. I guess he's 27 in real life, but we'll re-sign him 4 years, whatever that was. Oh, he doesn't take it. You know, in real life, it was interesting to me that they drafted XAVIER and had Marquise Brown already. Like, that's two players who are pretty similar at receiver. They're both good though, but it's still interesting. Trey Smith will go 4 years, 35 mil. He takes it. And Justin Reed isn't interested, so we'll see if we bring him back at the end of the year, but I don't know. But hey, we made it out of that pretty well. We'll take it. So let's get to the end of the year, and hopefully we can keep up the early success. But at the end of the year, we finish 14-3, and we make the playoffs. You know, pretty decent start. Maybe the best start I have ever had in a rebuild. Patrick Mahomes was insane. 4,700 yards, 38 touchdowns, only 2 picks, and a 76% completion percentage. Good lord. Only sacked 21 times. Our O-line did really well. I was kind of worried about that, but Mahomes was insane. Big shocker. 1,200 yards, well, literally 1 yard away from 1,200 for Isaiah Pacheco. 4.1 per carry, 16 touchdowns. He was really good. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Kelsey with 1,100 and 11 touchdowns. White girl's shaking. The Taylor Swift fans would go absolutely insane. Almost 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns for Rashee Rice. 1,000 yards for Marquise Brown. I wanted to get XAVIER more involved, but I mean, still almost 1,000 yards as a rookie and 8 touchdowns is really good. We had 2 players allow 0 sacks. That is insane. Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith allowed no sacks. The tackles weren't fantastic, but I expected a lot worse. And Leo Chenal led the team with 114 tackles. TFL 16 for Karlaftis. Really weird stat line. 15 for Chris Jones in sacks. Ooh. Okay, 11 for Chris Jones, but that was about it. 3.5 for Omenihue, but 2.5 for George Karlaftis. 2 for Felix Anudike-Uzomah. That's crazy. But picks 3 for McDuffie, 2 for Bolton, Tranquil, and Reed, and then 1 for a couple players. But MVP, unsurprisingly, goes to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, mean, it's a little surprising because quarterbacks are absolutely insane in this game. It wouldn't shock me if someone had like 5,000 yards and 50 passing touchdowns, but Mahomes does win it, with Pacheco at number 2 for Offensive Player of the Year. So we get top 2 there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt for the AFC. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I mean, it kind of goes to Rashee Rice, but he's not a rookie. I wish there was a way to make players not a rookie anymore, but you can't, so don't blame me. The game sucks. It technically goes to Lad McConkey. Xavier Worthy at number 3, it looks like. And Leatu Latu wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, thankfully an actual rookie. No Chiefs. So, just decently successful first year, going 14-3, winning MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. No big deal. Unfortunately, we're coming off a 33-21 loss against the Chargers. Oh, and we have a lot of upgrades. Mahomes, Pacheco, Cook. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 10-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. We get an upgrade for Sky Moore. Cool, I guess. And we have a first of many scenario. You know, we got rid of Andy Reid here. We have the better coach, the greatest coach of all time, Mikey McDingle. So we'll go play it cool. Y'all know me. But nothing else for us to do here, so let's just simulate this game. I feel like we're gonna get upset, but let's see what happens. Okay, no, we do win. It was a close game, but we do win 24-19. And now we're gonna be taking on the New York Jets here, which is kind of a scarring team, at least for me. If you want to know why, again, go to my second channel and watch what happened. But we have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. Again, I'm a little scared of this game, so let's just simulate it out and we will see what happens. Let's see if we can move on to our first Super Bowl already. Of course not. The Jets put up 41 points on our defense, a defense that was pretty good this year. So unfortunately, very unfortunately for me, it is going to be a 49ers Jets Super Bowl. This is my 9/11 as a Seahawks fan. I don't want to watch this. I don't care what happens. Oh my God. The 49ers beat the Jets 48-7. It would have been fitting if they could put up 49, but they don't, so L. But we have just a few upgrades here, nothing crazy. Only all of our good players, pretty much. But let's get into the first offseason here. We're really not going to do much in free agency because year 1 is never a good free agent class, but let's see what we can do in the draft. But here in the draft, we pick at number 30, and we have a couple needs now. Like, this is not a need-free team. I guess I maybe should have showed it, but I think it was kind of just a fair assumption that we would let Marquise Brown go. Plus, at the end of the year, we just straight up couldn't afford him. We only had like $6 million left in cap, and I am worried about the cap space for the future of this team. We also do need a defensive tackle and a safety, and maybe a corner. We'll see about that. It's not that big of a need, though. But let's see what we want to do with this first pick. I do see a really good-looking corner. I haven't even looked at him yet, but Lamar Norman, 4.42 speed, A-man, A-press, B-zone. He looks really good. Joey Gibson at defensive tackle. Elite strength. Looks like a really good run defender. Maybe a decent pass rusher. I don't know. This unfortunately didn't look like the best receiver class ever, though. There's Eric Pace, but he's a little slow. He does have elite strength in jumping, though. He looks pretty good, just horrible deep route and not very good catching. This is a tough pick. I don't know what to do. Logan Baker is a slot receiver at 6'3", 235. He's massive. What a weird player. He's also a slot receiver with only C short route. What is he? I'm guessing he's just a mislabeled, like, physical receiver. I can't tell if he's good. His route running's horrible. And then there is a pretty good looking safety in Melvin Friedman, but he doesn't look crazy, just good. Matthew Beverly at safety also looks pretty good. I don't know, this is tough. There's so many players right around this range that look decent at our positions in need, but nobody looks great. Nobody absolutely blows me away. Other than maybe Lamar Norman, but that's the thing we need the least. I'll just go with Melvin Friedman, I think. He looks good, but what if he only has B-man? I think he'll be really bad if he only has B-man. I wish it would have fully scouted that. We'll take a chance. He does have hidden dev, thankfully. 91 speed, 91 excel. I don't think he's great. I think he'll only be like a 75, but that is an upgrade. We're adding another Washington State player in the secondary, so we'll take it. And it looks like there are a lot of really good 3-4 DNs. We'll just take one of them and move him to defensive tackle. I kind of like Damon Bass. He has really good speed. speed. It's only listed as decent speed, but this is kind of comparing him to like, 4'3" DNs, guys who aren't, 292 pounds. So 487, that's good, really good strength. He even has a little bit of pass rush, which is what I like to look for. So we'll take him. He does have a dev trait. I didn't think he would, but we're doing pretty well in this draft so far. But last pick I'm going to show, this was just a horrible looking receiver class, unfortunately. Even early on, there was like one good looking receiver, but he was projected to go top 5. I think there was also a mid-first guy, but God, none of these guys look good at all. Should I just, okay, this guy might be horrible. Probably not worth a 3rd round pick, but Elijah Flowers, potential UDFA, towards the absolute bottom of the list for receivers. Like, he's at the bottom of the UDFAs, but he actually looks pretty good. A catching traffic, B catching, ran a 4.35, great speed and acceleration, elite change direction. He definitely has his weaknesses. He has 3 F stats, C to F awareness, and C to F medium route too. But we'll hope he has A short route. I don't know. He looks like the best receiver. Normal dev, I mean, that's unsurprising, but could be a decent overall. We'll see. But here's how we did in the draft. We did really well, honestly. We did better than I expected. Melvin Friedman is a 77. I thought he would only be like a 75. Definitely only had B-man coverage, but everything else made up for it. It's crazy to me that a B is a 74. I don't know. That's just weird. That seems really low, but he at least does have hidden dev. We'll definitely move around our safeties a lot. He might play strong safety. I mean, it would make sense. He's 219 pounds, but we'll see what we want to do. Damon Bass is only a 74, but let's see if he goes up at defensive tackle. He might. He's a little small, so maybe not, but I mean, weight doesn't matter for overall anyways. It should, but it doesn't. He goes up 4 overall to a 78. So yeah, that was a pretty good pick. Oh, I thought I said 81 power moves. He has 70 power moves? Did I take the wrong player? Wasn't that a B? A B's only a 70? At defensive end? I would maybe get that at defensive tackle, but at defensive end, that's insane. Either way, I mean, I can't complain. He's a really good player. And then Elijah Flowers, that was definitely a good pick. Just a random UDFA poll. Technically a massive reach, but technically a really decent pick. He has really good short route, even fine medium route, 84 catch in traffic. Good pick. I'm changing his number, though. I hate numbers in the 20s for receivers. You're getting 13. I also made this Kawhi Henley pick. He's a lower overall than I thought he would be, but he does have hidden dev at least. He has 77 speed, 90 strength. Really good athlete. And the CPU even picked a decent QB. Clyde Phillips, he has hidden dev, 70 overall. Should we trade him for something? Like, there's something to work with here. That's really interesting. And even DeMar Mason, did we go perfect on hidden devs? Oh no, Flowers had normal, but other than that, this was a really good draft. I spent a long time here, a long time on it, but it was worth it. So let's get into year 2. Okay, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened. I tried to move Drew Tranquil to right outside linebacker because he was a scheme fit there. How do I get him back? I don't know what it did. It made him a 0 overall with 251 for some stats. How do I fix this? Did I just break Drew Tranquil? Please tell me he's still there. Well, goodbye Drew Tranquil, I guess. He has no name. What? There's nothing wrong with Madden. It's perfectly fine. I don't see why Barry Sanders pulled out of the game and doesn't want his name involved with it anymore. No, there's nothing wrong. All right, well, I guess Drew Tranquil died or something. Rest in peace, my king. I don't feel like making him a 7. What? He's still here. Can I not get rid of him? What is happening? Okay, now he's gone. This game, holy, I find a new glitch every time I play it. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. We're looking good. Up to an 86 overall. We have an 89 overall offense. We gained a few dev traits. Pacheco went up to superstar, Rashee Rice went up to superstar, and Creed Humphrey, I think, went up to superstar. I wish Tyler Smith got one, but whatever. And then here's the defense. The hole at linebacker doesn't look great, but we could put Mike Dana there. I don't know about him being a coverage linebacker, but he is listed on the depth chart for some reason. Only an 84 overall defense, but it should develop a lot throughout the year. We have a lot of young players like Friedman, McDuffie, and Udike Uzama, Bass, Karlaftis, Williams, Connor, Bolton, Chenault. Like, all of our defense is, I think, younger than 26, except Chris Jones. So we should be looking pretty good. So again, let's just get straight to the midseason, and hopefully we can do well. We'll see. Okay, we are only 4-2 at the midseason. Big shocker. We have a breakout QB. Ah, yes, my future upcoming breakout, Patrick Mahomes. I'm predicting a big season for him this year, guys. I know that might be a crazy thing to say, but he might do pretty well this year. I don't know. Throw one or fewer interceptions and have 400 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I guess it would be cool to get the XP. What a huge breakout that would be. But let's see if we have anyone important to re-sign. I don't know. Oh, well, the greatest player to ever live, Kadarius Toney. No, I think I'm good. I always sound insane making this take, but I think if he could actually catch the ball, he would be a really good receiver. You know, I know his problem is catching the ball, but his routes are good. He's really good after the catch. I mean, he just can't catch the ball. If he hits the jugs machine, though, like, I wouldn't be stunned if he does eventually break out. I know that sounds crazy because some people think he's the worst player ever. I think I don't want to say he's overhated because I realize he's been bad, but I don't feel like he's the worst player in the league. All that to say, I'm not going to re-sign him. We don't need him. We don't really need anyone here, honestly. We'll pick up the 5th year for Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, but that's all we're really going to do here, so let's get to the end of the year and we will see how we finish. But in year number 2, we finish 13-4. We once again lose in week 18 pretty badly, but at least we make the playoffs pretty easily. Let's go over our season stats once again. Patrick Mahomes, of course. Okay, very good stat line, but really not a realistic one. I mean, 4,700 touchdowns, 4,700 yards, 36 touchdowns, 72% completion percentage, but 1 interception. Like, Patrick Mahomes' play style leads to a lot of interceptions, but you take that because of the good. You take the bad with the good. You take the good with the bad. I mean, he's doing insanely well, but probably a little better than he should be doing, at least in terms of picks. We'll take it, though. But 1,200 yards and 22 touchdowns for Isaiah Pacheco. He's becoming an insane player. 1,400 yards for Rashee Rice, 13 touchdowns. 1,200 for Kelsey and 12 touchdowns. Again, I want to get Worthy more involved. I just don't know how to. It's mostly just going to Rice and Kelsey. Flowers was decent as a rookie. Ooh. Kingsley Suamatea was not very good. 15 sacks allowed. Okay, we're going to need a new left tackle, but Joe Tooney and Trey Smith both allow 0 sacks. Have I been calling him Tyler Smith? I don't know. But Tooney and Smith both allow 0 sacks. That's insane. Creed Humphrey only allowed 1. And Juwan Taylor wasn't even too bad. Just Suamatea wasn't very good. But Leo Chenal, 109 tackles led the team. TFL 16 for Jones, 15 for Karlaftis. And sacks, 11.5 for Chris Jones, 8.5 for Karlaftis, 7.5 for Damon Bass as a rookie. Inudike Uzama with only 1.5. He is at a total of 4 sacks so far through 2 years. I think we're gonna look to upgrade there. And then picks, 2 for Williams and McDuffie, and then 1 for 4 different players. But MVP, big shocker there, it goes to Patrick Mahomes again. I've rebuilt the Chiefs before, and I haven't had nearly the success that we're having here, so that's huge. Most of the time when I rebuild the Chiefs, they randomly do nowhere near as well as they should, but here we're actually doing well. For Offensive Player of the Year, though, Mahomes at 3, Pacheco at 6. That's kind of crazy with 22 touchdowns. Rashee Rice at 8, again, kind of crazy with 1,500 yards and however many touchdowns he had. But Max Crosby wins Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jared Hall for the Jets. Flowers at 2. I mean, I didn't even think he would be close, but of course we get cucked already. Eric Pace. Not to spoil the Packers rebuild, but I think there was a Cardinals D lineman with that exact name. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Joe Williams for the Titans. What a boring name. Damon Bass at number 4. I kind of thought he would be higher. Friedman at 10. I didn't even see what Friedman did. 71 tackles, 1 TFL, 1 pick. Yeah, wasn't great. I definitely don't feel like we did as well as we did last year, but we were still, 13-4, so not too much worse. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional this year. It's going to be the 12-5 Baltimore Ravens. I mean, we're an 89 overall to their 86, so we should pretty easily win this game, but will we is the question. And I want to see, are we the highest rated team in the league? No, the 49ers are a 90. 90. Okay, that's really surprising. I thought we would be the best by a lot. I guess I thought the 49ers could be like an 88, but they become really good in franchise. The Browns are also an 87. They have a really good roster. It's just they don't have the best QB and they always get injured in real life, so that's tough. But no scenarios here. I do want to check one thing. Do we have any good dev traits, or are they all just star from our rookie class? We don't know what Phillips or Mason have, but on defense... Oh, okay, well, Bass only has star, unfortunately. Same with Friedman. Unlucky. I kind of figured, but unlucky still. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Ravens. Honestly, I feel like we didn't do as well this year as we did last year, so I'm not sure if we're going to win this game. I mean, we still did insanely well, and we should win this game, but we'll just see what happens. Yep, I called it. We lose 27-24 to a team that we are 3 overall better than while we are at home. Are we going to win a Super Bowl in this rebuild? Probably not, but I'm trying. I'm doing all I can. It's just, will we be able to overcome Madden simulation? Stay tuned to find out. Ooh, hey, I'll take that. Again, as a Seahawks fan, they win 31-20 over the Bengals. God, I saw the Seahawks ranked 25th in the power rankings. I didn't realize how high I am on them. Like, I'm definitely not the most biased Seahawks fan ever. I literally said this almost exact same thing on Twitter, but 25th is absurd. Like, I've been a hater of this Seahawks team, but they fixed almost every problem they had last year, and still they were like 9-8 last year. I don't get how they're ranked 25th. They added pretty decent pieces on the O-line, which has been a massive problem forever. It's still not great, but it's much better. They drafted Byron Murphy to fix the D-line. They re-signed Leonard Williams. I don't know. I don't get it. As a pessimistic Seahawks fan, I think they'll be pretty decent, assuming they stay healthy. And not to mention, they actually have a defensive-minded head coach who knows what he's doing with the defense now, so that's always a plus, unlike their last head coach. But for the rest of the players we have to re-sign, we'll pick up the 5th year for Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis. And then everyone else, I think we're good. So let's see if there's anything we can do in free agency. If this is a good class, we could restructure like all of our contracts and just go crazy. We'll see. Ooh, it is pretty good. Surprisingly though, a lot of the players up here aren't interested. Really? I would definitely want to bring Charvarius Ward back, but he just isn't interested. I am going to restructure some deals, as many as we can at least, so let's see what we can do. Okay, we definitely have a decent amount of money now. We have 61 mil to work with. What do we want to do? We could get DJ Reed. I mean, let's see if we can actually compete for Charvarius Ward. My guess is no. Oh, we can. Okay, never mind. We'll try 3 years, 72. We'll see if he takes that. Would be a fun reunion, I guess. I would maybe go for a really good second receiver or third receiver, but there just is not a good one. There's D-Hop at 33 down to an 82. I think I'm good. Oh, wait. I probably should have looked, but do we still have Travis Kelce? We're still a good overall, so we might. Okay, we do. He's still here. It wasn't even a possibility in my mind that he could retire. I just wasn't even thinking of it, but he doesn't yet, thankfully. We could maybe go for a tackle. Maybe not. How does Deion Dawkins do? Oh my God. Why are good overall... I don't even want to get into it. You already know what I'm going to say. There's no point. What's the point of anything anymore? But here's what we're going to try to do in free agency. I don't know if we need Jack Gibbons, actually. It wouldn't be that hard to draft a linebacker, but Charvarius Ward and Zadarius Smith. Charvarius and Zadarius. That's kind of hard to say back to back. But these would be two, huge additions. I don't know if we'll get Zadarius Smith. The Rams are also interested, but we might as well try. He does do very well in this game most of the time. He used to be insane. He used to be like a defensive player of the year every year type player, but he isn't that good anymore. He's still good though. But let's see if we can sign these two players. They both sign, and we get Ward, but we don't get Smith, unfortunately. He does go to the Rams. What are the Rams doing? Tua, DJ Reed, and Zadarius Smith. They got the 3 highest overall players that have signed so far. Good Lord. I'm glad we're not in the NFC. We do still need a pass rusher though, because Felix is not getting it done. So we'll see what we can do in the draft. But here we're going to trade Felix and Udike Uzama to the Bears for a 3rd round pick. I mean, he is still only 23 with a star dev, and he's a pretty decent overall at a 79. It's just, he's playing horribly. So we're going to get rid of him. We're going to replace him with someone that can get hopefully more than 4 sacks total in 2 years. Hopefully. Is that too much to ask? I mean, I think I could go out there and get 4 sacks in 2 years if you schemed me on like wide open blitzes or something. You know what I'm saying? That is if I could tackle a quarterback, which I probably couldn't, but I could maybe get there. Maybe. But here we pick at 27. Should be 32 to be fair, but we pick at 27. And what do we want to do? There's a top 5 player player still available. I mean, I doubt he's a top 5 player if he is still available, but he looks really good. We definitely don't need a corner, though. We need a pass rusher pretty desperately still. Ooh, there's some decent ones. Sean Boykin, Luke Joseph might be decent. I'm looking for A awareness, though. Eric Harbor. Eric Harbor looks pretty good. I don't know. I'm bad at scouting pass rushing outside linebackers because they all look really similar to me. I cannot differentiate which ones are actually good. Thomas Wells looks pretty good. He actually has A block shedding, too. They all just look so similar to me. I can't tell. I don't know who's good. You know what? I might do something interesting here. There is also Luther Silas. Crazy name. He looks okay. I kind of like Christian Cofield. A awareness, A power moves, A tackle. I'm not going to take him yet because I think I'm going to go with a lineman because I don't know how I feel about Sua Matthias still starting at left tackle. I do like him in real life. It's just he's been playing horribly. I guess the first year he wasn't horrible, but this year he was. I think we'll just go with Matt Mays. We at least know he's decent value. You know, he's a first to second round talent. We're in the first to second round. Probably not great value, but I don't really see another great looking lineman, to be fair. So we'll just take him. I think he'll be our new left tackle. Hidden dev, only 80 strength, but looks good. I haven't really traded down at all, to be fair, but I haven't really wanted to. This is a spot where we maybe could, because like I said, I want Christian Cofield, and there are 2 other right ends that are ranked above him. I know they're a different type. They're both, you know, 3-4 D ends. Cofield's a 4-3 D end, but the CPU doesn't have the logic to differentiate that, so let's trade back a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. We do already have an extra 3rd round pick, though. Oh, I hate how it does this. It shows our pick as round 2, pick 27. It shows what pick we are in the 2nd round, like we're the 27th pick in the 2nd round. But it shows, like, the Seahawks pick, for example, as round 2, pick 64, which would actually be round 2, pick, 32, if it laid it out the same way that it lays ours out, but instead it shows the overall ranking of the pick. I hate how it does that. God. I think we'll trade down with the Rams, though. I'm not going to do it for a 6th round pick in 2 years, though. We're going to get a little more value than that. I don't know. We'll take their 5th this year, I guess. I mean, this isn't like a... this wasn't that important. I don't know why I felt like doing this. I just felt like trading back for some reason. I don't know. Free 5th round pick. We'll take it. Mine as well. I thought he was gone. I was gonna cry. But Christian Cofield, we'll take him. I don't know if he's amazing, like I said, but he looks good. He's really strong, decently quick for his size. I guess he's only 270, but still. And then A awareness, A power moves, A tackle. We'll take him. Hidden dev, 80 speed, 88 excel, or 88 strength, 85 excel. We'll take it. And then maybe the last pick I'm gonna show, I don't know what I want to do. I mean, we could go safety. I don't really see a great looking one, though. No, definitely not. Don't think we're doing that. We do kind of need a receiver depth now. Let me look through here. You know what? We kind of actually need a 3rd pass rusher. We really only have George Karlaftis and the guy we just drafted. So, you know what? Let's take another one. I want more of a speed guy, but really the only one I see is Jeremy Mobley, and he looks kind of horrible. I kind of like LaMarcus Carroll. He doesn't look awful. He has elite acceleration at least. B awareness, B power moves, B pursuit, B block shed. At worst, a C finesse moves. That's not horrible. Definitely not going to be the best pick ever, but it's a pretty massive need, so we'll take him. Only normal dev. That sucks. I was hoping with the elite acceleration he could have a hidden dev, but I guess it doesn't matter too much anyways. He won't see the field, hopefully, too much. But I might make 1 or 2 more picks, and I will see y'all for the draft recap. I feel like we did decently well. But here's how we did in the draft. This was a really interesting one. Okay, Matt Mays is a 75. That's about what I expected. Nothing too interesting here. He's just a really good pass blocker. That's about it. Christian Cofield was definitely a really good pick. 75 overall, 78 power moves. We'll take it. Hidden dev, of course. LaMarcus Carroll's really disappointing. I thought he would be like a 69 outside linebacker and then go up to like a 70 or 71 at the end, but he stayed the same. He was a 60 outside, or a 68 outside linebacker, stayed the same, so it's unfortunate. My last pick was JoJo Johnson. He's whatever. But the CPU actually did something for once. Ben Ginn, 76 overall corner from Wake Forest with hidden dev. The CPU drafted better than I did. I mean, you know, I was more focused on our positions of need, but 90 speed, 95 excel, 82 zone. I don't know if he's gonna see the field, but he might. I wonder if he would be a good safety. He only has 59 tackle, though. Does have 75 hit power. He could legitimately play at safety. He is a 75. He isn't bad there. there. We'll see. Even Mac Dickinson at tight end isn't horrible. Hidden dev, 69 overall, nice. And then Braylon McMullen, 77 overall running back, hidden dev. I mean, it's just running back, but still, he looks really, really, really good. Again, rare CPUW. This was a pretty good draft class too. There were 8 players at an 80 overall or higher. We still haven't drafted anyone at an 80, but to be fair, everyone at an 80 here went before we had a pick, except the running backs, and I'm not going to pick a running back, so I guess if we do horribly, we can maybe get an 80 overall. Not that I would want to do horribly, but definitely a really good draft for us, and let's get into year 3. And here's a look at the team. Now up to an 89 overall. I think that's what we were to finish off last year, so we stayed the same even though we lost morale. We definitely improved the team. Maze hit like a couple breakouts in the preseason. I don't know if it shows that here. Oh yeah, it shows the +2 upgrade and the plus 10,000 XP. We'll take that. So he's now up to a 78, 79 with morale. That's actually really huge because that's been our weakest position on offense. I doubt he'll play well, but we'll see. I'm hoping he does. But yeah, the rest of this offense is exactly the same. It's pretty much just the Chiefs. The defense, though, is a little bit different. I mean, obviously, we added Charvarius Ward. That was our big addition. Cofield also hit a, like, breakout type thing. He got +3 finesse moves and power moves, so we'll take that. It's always nice to get those. But let's once again get to the midseason point, and hopefully this is the year where we finally can win a Super Bowl. We will see, though. Ooh, and Christian Cofield gets 10,000 more XP. We'll take it. But we are 5-1 at the midseason point. Now up to a 90 overall, 92 offense, 88 defense, and it looks like we're doing really well as a whole. Our yards on offense aren't like insane. We're 13th, but that can all change by the end of the year. And who are we gonna have to re-sign this year? We don't have much money. All right, this is gonna be a problem. I don't even know how many more contracts we can restructure. No, I think we can restructure a few, but we'll have to re-sign Isaiah Pacheco, Leo Chenal, Joshua Williams, Joe Tooney, and Travis Kelce. This is probably the year where Kelce will retire, so we might not have to worry about that one, but I mean, we're gonna have to worry about replacing him, so that's probably worse. Joe Tooney will bring back. Williams, we don't really need him anymore. Chenal, I want back, but I would rather have Pacheco back, but we can't really do any of that yet. We don't have any money. So we'll see if some frees up at the end of the year, but nothing we can really do here. So let's get to the end of the year, and hopefully we can continue to do as well as we are doing so far. Okay, well, actually, before I reveal how we did in year number 3, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. Again, it'll let me know y'all want to see another one. We're trying to hit 3,000 likes. I always set that as the goal, but, you know, be sure to leave a like if you want to see another one of these. And be sure to let me know what team you would want me to do. I have one planned, but we'll see. If there's one that gets commented a lot, I might do that instead, so let me know. And of course, be sure to subscribe. Trying to hit 60K by the end of May. And if you've enjoyed this video, you should enjoy like all the rest of them, because this is what I do in all of them pretty much. But we are now up to a 90 overall, 92 offense, 88 defense. We really didn't develop as much as I thought we would, but we still did develop. We have a lot of upgrades on defense for some reason. Well, 3 at least for starters. But in year number 3, we finished 15-2, and once again got a first round bye. If there's any year we should win a Super Bowl, it is this year. Let's go over the stats super quick. We'll see what happened, see if anything wasn't good, but it looked like everything was pretty good. Patrick Mahomes, almost 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns, only 3 picks, 77% completion percentage. What's the record in a year for completion percentage? 74.4, so this beats it by like 3%. Just a pretty good year from Patrick Mahomes. Nothing crazy. Almost 1,500 yards for Isaiah Pacheco. He's just getting better and better. 5.1 per carry, 21 touchdowns. Rashee Rice, 1,350 yards, 18 touchdowns, 1,000 yards for Kelce, 800 yards for Flowers, 9 touchdowns. But really, Xavier Worthy hasn't been much of an impact. I want him to be. I just still don't know how to get him involved. I put him as the #1 receiver the first year. He got kinda involved. I put him as the #1 slot last year. He kinda got involved. And then I had him as the #2 slot, #2 receiver on the depth chart, and he got even less involved. I don't know what to do. Ooh, Jawan Taylor at right tackle was not good, but the rest of our line held up really well. No 0 sack allowers this year, a few more sacks allowed this year, but I mean 31 definitely isn't horrible. And then 119 tackles for Bolton, 118 for Chenal, 17 TFLs for Chris Jones, 13 for Cofield as a rookie, 12 for Karlaftis, and sacks, 17.5 for Chris Jones, 9.5 for Cofield as a rookie. Can't wait to get #2 for defense Defensive Player of the Year. Again, can't wait to get cucked. And 5 sacks for Karlaftis, and then picks. 5 for Williams. Super glad he's in a contract year. 3 picks for McDuffie, and then 1 for 5 different players. But, oh my god. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. What did he do? I'm gonna check that right now. Good lord. 4,800 yards, 44 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Very similar year to Mahomes. Just a few more yards and 2 less picks, but Mahomes had 1 more touchdown pass and a 3 higher completion percentage, so that's interesting. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Isaiah Pacheco, though. Mahomes at 2, Rashee Rice at 4. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby, Chris Jones at 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tyrell Wilbin for the Steelers. I feel like I see that last name a lot. I couldn't name a single person in real life with that last name. But Christian Cofield does thankfully win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm surprised. I mean, he's gonna get about 3 sacks next year, but at least he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's cool. And of course, a good amount of upgrades here. But let's see who we are gonna be taking on in the divisional this year. The Baltimore Ravens once again. We are still 3 overall higher than them. We are a 90 to their 87. We had 5 more wins than them, and we're at home. We deserve to win this game. So let's see what happens here. No scenarios. I don't have a good feeling, but let's see. Okay, we win. In a really weird scoring game, we win 22 to 15. Did we both go for 2-point conversions at the end or something? I don't know. Something different happened, but we are going to be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in the conference championship. I guess a division rival of the Baltimore Ravens. I feel like that always happens in this game. You go down the line of divisions. But once again, we have a much better team than the Steelers. We are 5 overall better, 4 more wins, and we're at home. If we lose this game with a 10 overall higher offense, I almost want to force win this game. I won't, but we deserve to win. So let's see what happens. Can we move on to our first Super Bowl of the rebuild? We do, thankfully. We beat the Steelers 35 to 17. That's huge. We get upgrades for Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco too, but this is maybe the most fitting Super Bowl we could have. We are going to be facing the Green Bay Packers, which again, link to my second channel in the description if you want to see a rebuild of them. It probably won't be up at the same time as this video, but right after. So I guess it might work out perfect. Once you're done with this video, you can go watch that one. But we have a Super Bowl media day here. This, I don't know if this is everything. We'll say this is everything, because if we win this game, we could just go out with a Super Bowl win in this rebuild. But nah, I think we'll do one more year after this. We'll still say everything though, just because I want to win it. That's what our goal is here. We definitely deserve to win this one. We are 5 overall better, 4 more wins. Oh, and of course we get, you know, our award upgrades. Christian Cofield gets 3, and I'm going to assume he gets Superstar Dev. He's also playing with +5 morale, or +5 overall from morale and boosts and all that. He did get Superstar Dev. That's huge. But without further ado, let's jump in here and let's watch this simulate, and we will see if we can win our first Super Bowl of the rebuild. But here we go in the Super Bowl against the Packers. Again, we very much deserve this game. We deserve the win here, but you never know what's gonna happen. Let's just simulate it out, and hopefully we get the win. But we score first to make it 7-0. The Packers do tie it at 7, though. They were driving, but we get the ball, and we make it 14. Now 21-7. They get a touchdown to make it 21-14, but we are still up, and they tie it in the 3rd quarter. We take the lead with a field goal. It looks like we do stop them, thankfully. They are driving. They tie it. We are driving, and we didn't get a field goal? What happened? We were at like the 30 with a minute to go. What? Okay, Jake Elliott, to lose the game, he missed a 60. That's understandable. That's a long field goal. Why did we pass on 3rd and 13, knowing we need a field goal to tie it? I guess we were just going for the win, but did we get a fault? Oh no, we got sacked. Oh my god. What happened to end regulation? What? Did we run the clock? No, we couldn't have. There was still 112. What happened? I'm so confused. I guess it just isn't showing the last play that happened, because there needed to be one more play. We couldn't have gone from 112 to 0. It had to have been a missed field goal, but we were at the 13. This is stupid. I'm gonna call this a Madden simulation moment for not going for a field goal to win the Super Bowl. This game is so bad. Even if that's not what happened, it's not showing what happened. I don't understand. Am I like completely missing something here? I'm so confused. Whatever, we deserved the Super Bowl. We'll pretend we won it. We were the best roster in the league, and the way better roster there. We need a 2K game ASAP, dude. But 4 re-signings, we'll re-sign Isaiah Pacheco, obviously, assuming he wants to. We'll go 4 years, 61 mil, and he does take it. And let me restructure some deals, because honestly, I want all these 4 players back. I know we're not going to be able to get all 4 back, because that's going to be really expensive, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, just from restructuring Patrick Mahomes, that freed 36 mil. Okay, maybe we can get all of them back. Okay, we now have 76 mil to work with. just a little bit of cap space freed up. Nothing major. We'll go 2 years, 41 mil for Joe Tooney. He takes it. Travis Kelce will go 2 years, 30.6. Or not. Okay, you're getting tagged. Actually, I think he signed an extension, didn't he? So I think he still should be under contract, maybe. How long is he under contract for? Wait. Oh, just until 2025? This must not have updated then. I don't know. Whatever. Joshua Williams, I do want him back because he did well, but we'll see if he takes this. 5 years, 61. Nope. Okay. That's not the end of the world. I highly doubt he would repeat what he did this year. And then Leo Chenal is good. He's just kind of expensive. I don't want to pay him over 20 mil per year. So let's get into free agency with actually a decent bit of money to work with, and let's see what we can do. You know what? Just because I can, let me restructure those deals too that we just signed. Ooh, should we try to sign a tackle? Trent Brown used to be good in this game, but it looks like he's been pretty good for the Bengals. I don't know if I trust that though. Every time I've signed him recently, he's been awful, but for a while he was decent. He is interested. He is also pretty expensive though. What do we want to do? Well, I might go for Leo Chenal and try to get Joshua Williams back, just 2 re-signings, but how close could we get to a lead for Trent Brown? Because tackle's definitely been a bigger worry than, linebacker. We can still be in the green, going team friendly, but 2 years? That might be what we do. I wonder if we could cut Juwan Taylor. I wonder if that would free up more money, because I know that's a big contract. Oh yeah, whoa, okay, that'll free up 20 mil. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. No other cuts we can make. And then we'll try team friendly for Leo Chenal. We'll see if he's, wants to sign. The Vikings are also interested though, but he is interested in us. So we'll see if we can get these 3 players. We do have a little more money too. You know what? How about Kyle Duggar? 3 years, 33.6 mil. That doesn't get the lead. 3 years, 37.5. That at least ties us for the lead. We'll try that. So these 4 players, do they want to sign? Okay, we get Joshua Williams. We don't get Kyle Duggar. Oh, this could be rough. I feel like Leo Chenal's just going to sign with the Rams. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to do something crazy here. But we'll stick with these 2. Do they want to sign? We get Trent Brown. We do not get Leo Chenal. So let's sign a couple linebackers here. Let's get Tyrell Dodson, not Tyler. And let's just get Nakobe Dean. We don't have the lead for he's just going to go to the Rams. You know what? Fuck the Rams. We'll beat him out. We'll get Nakobe Dean. We'll see if these 2 want to sign. Dodson didn't. Where did he go? God. He goes to the Colts. My whole plan's getting destroyed here. Just players aren't wanting to sign with us. All right, well, let's go for Cole Holcomb, I guess. And does he want to sign? Oh, we're out of okay, we're going to assume he's going to sign. Let me do something interesting here. I don't know how much we could even add in the draft anymore, so we are going to give up a 1st-round pick and a 5th-round pick for Kyle Hamilton. We have solid safeties. It's just we don't have anyone insane on paper, so we're going to steal a very good one of the best safeties in the league. And we're looking pretty decent now at just a 91 overall, nothing crazy. But of course now, because we traded our 1st-round pick away, we basically don't pick until the 3rd round almost. Round 2, pick 31. I love losing the Super Bowl to Madden. That's always fun. And unfortunately, there really isn't that good of a receiver left, although Darius Bates is actually really interesting. There's also Chris Weston, who would be, I guess, decent value, but Darius Bates, A-spec catch, only B catch in traffic though. He does have A short route, B catching. He's not very fast. Does it really matter what we do with this pick? We're not gonna find a starter here, almost no matter what, unless there was just someone insanely good. Let's just go with the receiver. Darius Bates, out of Stanford. We'll take him. Normal dev, of course. All right, that's all we're gonna do for this draft. We'll see what the CPU can do. Ooh, okay, this actually wasn't a horrible draft. Bates is a 74, which, that's decent value. Like, if you think about it, a 1st to 2nd round talent is a 75, so he's like a 2nd-ish round talent, so that's fine. And then the CPU, D'Angelo Fitzgerald, 73 overall. We'll take it. Hidden dev, David Conover, 73 overall linebacker, only normal dev, but we did need a linebacker. And then even Evan Stapleton looks like an okay defensive tackle. No dev trait, but 69 overall, nice. So once again, with very limited picks, we at least added a little bit of value, so we'll take it. it. I'm gonna be super happy when we go 8-9 and miss the playoffs this year. But here's a look at the team heading into the final season. Of course, up to a 91 overall still. We did stay at a 91. We're gonna check where that ranks in the league in a second, but we are looking insanely good. This is one of the best teams I've ever built. Trent McDuffie also, I haven't really talked much about him, but he's already up to a 95 overall. Not gonna hit a 99, but actually he could with morale. We'll see. But you know, obviously the Kyle Hamilton addition was huge. Really like the only major addition we made though this offseason. Other than I guess Trent Brown, that could be huge. And we do have really good O-line depth for when someone inevitably underperforms by the midseason. We'll just bench him for one of these guys. But yeah, this team is loaded. This is a ridiculous team. Let's see where it ranks at a 91. I would assume we do have the best on our own, but I guess we could be tied with maybe the 49ers. Okay, no, the 49ers are only an 88. We are the best roster in the league by 3 overall. I saw one other 88. Who was it? I think it was the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles are also an 88, which is kind of surprising. That team isn't super young for the most part. But yeah, we have the best roster by 3 whole overall. This is going to be a catastrophic 9-8 season. Can't wait. But let's get to the end of the year. I'll get to the midseason just to make sure that everything is going as well as it should, and we'll see what happens. But once again, here we are at the end of year number 4, and again, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. It helps out the channel, and it'll help you see more of these videos if you want to see them. Because if you like rebuilds, that's literally all I do. And by this point in the video, the second rebuild on my second channel is probably up by now. I guess it just depends on how long it takes to upload. We'll see. So right after this, go and watch that if you want to. But here's how the team is looking at the end of the season. Somehow we didn't go up in overall at all. We stayed at 91, even with positive morale. I don't know how that happened. We developed and gained morale. Why are we not a higher overall? Everybody is a better overall than they were at the start of the year. I don't understand this game, but in year number 4, we finished 15-2, but somehow we didn't get a first round bye. Who got it? The Ravens went 16-1. Okay, that's awesome. That's fun. Let's go over our season stats super quick. Patrick Mahomes, 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, 1 pick, 73% completion percentage. I think it's safe to say he's the GOAT by this point. I mean, he definitely doesn't have as many Super Bowl wins as Tom Brady, but I don't know, Super Bowl wins in general are disappointed. Disappointed. Where did that word come from? I meant overrated, because it's quite literally a team sport. It's not just the quarterback position that helps you get there. But even then, we've deserved more Super Bowls than we have won, so I don't know. He's doing insanely well. Isaiah Pacheco, monster year once again. Rashee Rice, 1 yard under 1,200, of course, 12 touchdowns. Kelsey, almost 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. The blocking was insanely good. How many sacks was that total? 22. I don't even think that's the least we've allowed. I think 21 was the least. But Nick Bolton, 112 tackles, TFLs 15 for Jones, 10 for Bass, and sacks. Okay, I was wrong about Cofield, thankfully. 16 and a half for Chris Jones, 12 and a half for Cofield, even better than last year. 10 and a half for Karlaftis. That's become an insane trio. And then picks, 4 for McDuffie, 3 for Williams, 2 for Ginn and Hamilton, and then 1 for 3 different players. Realistically, 12 and a half sacks in a season in Madden is more like 18 in real life. Kinda. Well, kinda. There are like 4 players in this game that can get like 30 sacks in a season, but everyone else sucks for the most part. So it's weird. It's hard to judge. Like 12 and a half is very impressive to get if your name isn't like Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, TJ Watt sometimes, but sometimes he'll get like 4 sacks, or like DeMarcus Lawrence. Those are the biggest sack getters. But anyone else, anything above like 8 is super impressive. But yeah, very good year. MVP, we get cucked again. Lamar wins it. Whatever, who cares? Mahomes at 2. Also 2 for Offensive Player of the Year. Pacheco at 3. Kelsey at 10. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Leatu Latu. We get cucked here, of course. Chris Jones at 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Colin Conway for the Patriots. Awful name. 0 out of 10. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Phillip Allen for the Browns. No Chiefs. So no awards this year, despite going 15-2. Awesome. But we have a one last hurrah scenario. I would guess for Travis Kelce. I don't know who else it would be, unless it's like Trent Brown, but that would be boring. If it wants to load. Okay, yeah, it is Travis Kelce. Big shocker. Plus 10 morale, we'll take it. If we lose to the Jets, that would be fitting. I kind of hope that happens. We get an upgrade for Creed Humphrey, we'll take it. But let's see if we can take down the 9-8, 87 overall New York Jets. They're definitely not a bad overall, but we had 6 more wins than them. And we're at home, and we're 4 overall better, plus ratio. now. Okay, we do win, thankfully. 35-24, and look at that. We're taking on their division rival in the New England Patriots. I don't know why this happens, but it does. We'll take the upgrade for Nick Bolton, and we have a recap for the one last hurrah scenario. After 5 minutes of waiting for it to load, there we go. Mahomes' hair is spazzing out. That's awesome. Must be windy in there. But we are 7 overall better than the Patriots. It looks like Drake May is becoming a really good player here. 90 overall with Superstar Dev. Good stats. If those even are his stats, sometimes it just lies and shows the player stats from the last week. I don't know. But let's sim this game. We, realistically, being 7 overall better, we should beat them by like 20 points. We should blow them out, but let's see what happens. Okay, we do win. We win by double digits. We'll take that. 24-13 is the score. We have another recap for the one last hurrah. His hair's still spazzing out. They need to fix the AC in there or something. Or fix this game, but that won't happen. But we are going to be taking on, unsurprisingly, the 16-1 Baltimore Ravens. We have 4 overall on them, though. We are a 91 to their 87 overall. We also have a 92 defense now. Our defense has passed up our offense. Definitely not in terms of play, but, well, we allowed the least points in the league with 18.9, so it is definitely close. Just the yards were better on offense. Let's see what happens here against the Ravens, and let's see if we can move on to our second Super Bowl in a row. And we do. We win 28-21 over the Ravens. Thankfully. But plus 15 more morale from the Travis Kelce probable retirement. And of course, who else could it be in the Super Bowl except the Dallas Cowboys? We have the Madden Classic, Chiefs versus Cowboys Super Bowl. I don't even know the last time it hasn't happened in a rebuild. I couldn't tell you the last time the Cowboys have been in a Super Bowl in real life, but I also couldn't tell you the last time they haven't been in a Super Bowl in a rebuild here. So that's realistic, definitely. But we are once again 4 overall better than them. We are a 91 to their 87. We do have 3 wins on them. This could be a home game for them. I hope not, but it could be. But we have a few upgrades here. Joshua Williams, David Conover, Jaden Hicks. We'll take it. But we have another recap for the one last hurrah. If we don't win this game, man. Super Bowls are just so unbelievably hard to win in this game, unless you have a bad overall team. And then we have a Super Bowl Media Day for our last game of this rebuild. This is everything. This game is everything. If we don't win this Super Bowl, we don't win a Super Bowl somehow with the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's jump in against the Cowboys and let's see what happens. But here we go in the Super Bowl. It looks like it is in Hard Rock Hard Super Bowl, or Stadium. It's in Hard Rock Stadium, whatever it's called. So it thankfully isn't a home game for the Cowboys. I guess it's definitely closer to Dallas than it is Kansas City, but I guess it's close. Anyways, let's simulate to the end of this game, and we will see what happens. The Cowboys do unfortunately score first to make it 7-0. We tie it, though. We are driving, and we get a field goal. They're driving too, but we stop them. We take the lead 13-7. That would have been huge if that was a touchdown. And it looks like the scoring has completely stopped. The Cowboys take the lead, but we get a touchdown and a 2-point and a field goal to finally win a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. We win 24-21. I don't think a single team scored for almost 2 full quarters there, but both teams really turned it on in the 4th quarter, and we do get the win. This was a stressful rebuild, more than it should have been, especially when you have literally the best roster in the league by a decent amount. But we do finally get it done. It was definitely harder than it should have been, though. But this was a super fun rebuild. This might be the most successful rebuild I've ever done, just based off a combined record. I mean, we didn't do worse than 13-4 in a single season. We only didn't get a first-round bye this year, and we still went 15-2. So this was a ridiculously successful rebuild, and I'm at least thankful we got one Super Bowl. I kinda was expecting that we wouldn't even win one, but we finally did, thankfully. And again, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, and again, there should be a video up on my second channel now, so be sure to go watch that. It was a lot of fun too. I'm not done with it yet, but it's been a lot of fun so far. But thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what team I should do next, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.